Okay, good. Hello, everybody, and thank you for attending this webinar, and thank you, Tony, for that introduction. I want to kind of go back to the grassroots of My Advertising Pays and where we came from and how we came to be. I was an internet marketer before this and had been involved in many programs. And to be honest, well, I made my first dollar. Let me go back a little bit further. I made my first dollar in 2005. And when I made that dollar, I said, holy cow, this is amazing. And then soon after, a year later, I had made a good living for myself and had created this this dynamic flow of different programs and different things going on, and this team that was hanging with me. And then all of a sudden, everything went under. And I'll tell you exactly how it went under. It wasn't due to any of the programs I was involved in. It was due to the main payment processor we used back then went under, and every one of the programs that I was involved in used that processor. So that was the end of it. I had to go back and find me a job after that. It devastated me. But then after that, I came around and I started getting back involved with network marketing, and there was just so many scams out there. You didn't know who to trust. There was no transparency. There was, it was just emails and people hiding behind the names of companies. People going out and purchasing $300 scripts and putting their own graphics on it and calling it an original. The internet's just slammed full of those things, and one thing after another started to fall. A couple of years back, maybe about a year and a half ago, the internet marketing programs were having a really tough time, for the most part anyways. And a program failed one too many times with me, and I got tired, simply fed up and tired with people that I had led into these programs getting hurt. I could lose, $1,000 overnight, and it was not as big a deal to me as it was my teammate that put in $50, and they lost that $50. It was really hurtful and painful. And I stopped and I finally said, well, that's enough. And I know enough about this industry and about business in general that I'm gonna put something together. And it started with a few notes on a notepad, excuse me, and it blossomed from there. It took me a full year to put together My Advertising Pays, and it wasn't just me. It went from notes on a pad to actual actions, and it took a lot of sacrifice on my part. Tony and Lynn came about, and they were actually teammates in other business opportunities before My Advertising Pays, and when I told them that I was going to be creating a program of my own, they jumped up and said that they wanted to volunteer to help. So Tony and Lynn, as most of you know these guys, Tony and Lynn Booth, they have been with me side by side ever since the beginning of My Advertising Pays, and they can attest to the fact that I went through a whole lot to get this program off the ground, but I refused to let it launch until it was right. I could have launched months earlier than what I did, but I had to ensure that every T was crossed and every I was dotted, and that's exactly what I did. So basically, the point of this story is that My Advertising Pays was born out of scams online. There's a lot of things that can come up overnight, and they're gone like thieves in the night the next few months down the road. And My Advertising Pays is completely different than that. I created this program to put the users first and to pay our members according to the actions that they do online, and the same things that they do every single day. Everybody comes on, we all visit websites, we all just kind of browse around for the most part, and that's what My Advertising Pays is. We created a site where people must log in and do an action, and therefore put their eyes on our site and our advertisements, and that is what fuels the flame of the success of our site. It was well thought out. We have many people in the background always working to get a corner on different markets and different angles and different types of advertisements. This first year, we've been online almost a year now. December 13th will be 1 year. And this entire year, we've been building on our foundation. We're making sure that everything and all the parts of my advertising page works correctly. And this last bit that we had with the profit share was really kind of the last straw, as it comes to building on our foundation. Once we've got that correct and we actually have a contingency plan on what to do when to do it, then that's no longer an issue. So we have our foundation built. All the advertisements works, the traffic exchange works. Simply put, people are making sales on our site every single day. So everything is put together, and we have a really strong foundation now. We have a lot of leaders in Europe, in Germany, in France, and all over the world that are, holding hotel meetings. They're holding training sessions. Just take your pick. If you're not a member of our Facebook page, look us up on Facebook, and you'll see many meetings and many different things going on around the world, so you can actually shake some hands of people that have been involved with MAP since the beginning. So we've got a lot of different things going on. So whenever the year rolls around, the beginning of next year is the beginning of a new era, and that is the beginning of the time in which we're going to focus on new products and new advertising for our site and start moving up towards corporate level advertising. There's a lot of exciting things in the works. We actually already have a corporate partner that most of you do not know about, and for privacy purposes, I won't mention their name, but they have already contracted and are on our site, and they've contracted for the last 8 months, actually. So they're about 2 months into their second contract, and we've got a lot of these deals working in the back behind the scenes, so that we can keep our site with a reasonable level of profit, so therefore we can share it out to all of you guys that do your part in coming to our site, logging in, and looking at those 10 ads. And if you see something you're interested in, of course, taking action on it. Our next product is huge. I'm very, 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 very excited about this. We haven't quite nailed down a name for it yet, but I'm thinking we're going to call it MAP's Fortune Wheel. And basically, this is a new advertising product similar to guaranteed visitors. Whenever we open up our guaranteed visitors for sale, within 2 hours or an hour or so, they sell out. That means that we sell over 100,000 hits within 2 hours, which makes my advertising pays about $10,000. So they're very popular. And why are they very popular? Because people that use them are repeat customers. They come back and they want more because they're making sales. And that is the type of value that we're offering with our products. I love testimonials when people come and say, oh my goodness, I bought one credit pack, I applied my 500 credits, and I've made a sale and have 10 people on my list. How cool is that? It's amazing. And not only that, you start, you get to share in the profits of the company as well. So, but the Fortune Wheel is going to be similar to guaranteed visitors, except for it's going to be very interactive. It's going to be similar to the Wheel of Fortune. If you've ever watched Wheel of Fortune with Pat Sajak and Vanna White in America, it's going to be very similar to that, where the viewers of the ads will come on. They'll get to spin a wheel, or they'll look at a site for 10 or 20 seconds. Then they'll get to spin a wheel, and then they have a chance to hit a jackpot. And the jackpot comes from every package of those guaranteed visitors that is sold. A portion of that will come off the top and go into the jackpot. And the jackpot, once it gets over $100, $200, whatever it is, it will randomly give out to one of the people spinning the wheel. So it may actually give out 2 or 3 jackpots a day. We don't know yet. We're not real sure exactly what the numbers are going to be in terms of sales on that product, but I'm very excited about it, especially since the guaranteed visitors sell out so quickly. These guaranteed visitors you'll be getting double the product for less of a price. Not only that, the whomever purchases the most visitors in a month will get 30% cash back. So whatever they've spent on those guaranteed visitors, they'll get 30% of that money back, and it'll go straight into their available account balance on the first of the month. Now, all the prizes on the wheel, it's got anything from 1 penny all the way up to the jackpot. And any one of those prizes that are hit when you spin the wheel immediately goes to your available balance, and you can withdraw it as long as you have $10 in there. So we've got a lot of exciting things. I'm very excited about this. This has been in the works for the last few months now. It's been in development for at least 5 months, and it's a huge undertaking. It's almost like a site within itself. And this is just one avenue that we're taking in terms of new products and services. And all of these new products and services is for the benefit of MAP and her members, which are all loving the way we do business. You log in, you click 10 sites, you get paid, and you tell your friends and family or whoever about the amazing benefits that we offer. Even people that have never done network marketing before can come to our site and just take a look around. If they purchase one credit pack, before 6 months is out, I can guarantee you those guys are going to be part of are going to be a member of one of your programs that you're advertising on the site. We promote entrepreneurship. We love it. We've been doing this for a long time. I wouldn't have it any other way. And we're happy that we can provide the services and the revenue streams that we've been able to provide for you over the last year. I want to talk a little bit about our financial position. MAP is strong and has been every single month that we've been online ever since launch, last December the 13th. We've made more sales than we have paid in withdrawals, which is the way that my advertising page was designed mathematically. And so that's even last month, whenever things got bad and the profit share stalled and some people jumped off a cliff or something, it was actually we still did more sales than we had withdrawals. So everything's looking great. My advertising page has never been stronger. We have the partnership of a brilliant payment processor in VX Gateway. They support us 110%. I actually have a meeting with the owners about once every other day, speak with them through email regularly, at least daily, and they're steady going around in Europe trying to find different countries to participate, and opening banks for you guys. They're trying to get a MasterCard or something so you can make your withdrawals directly from an ATM or what have you. They're working on a lot of different things as well. So we're very excited to have the stability of those guys on board. It's 100% safe as far in terms of if you've ever dealt with PayPal or any other payment processor, every now and then they'll lock your funds up for no apparent reason. So we have no chance of that happening with VX Gateway, and that is definitely offers some peace of mind. So I just wanted to bring everybody on here today to bring everyone up to speed, to let you all know that we're just trucking along in the back office. We're steady coming up with new ideas and different avenues that we can take, because as one of our leaders often says, this is just the start. We've been building on our foundation, and now that my advertising page has a really strong foundation and great leaders all over the world, we're ready to take this company to the next level and start transforming the world of advertising. So I appreciate you guys listening to me. Hopefully that my signal was strong enough that you were able to hear my voice throughout this. So I'm going to turn it back over to Tony.